part. The empath can get light bulb moments, and when that light bulb goes on, the narcissist needs to be very afraid. Because at that stage, the narcissist is questioned, the narcissist is refused, the narcissist really loses control quite quickly. Because as I say, once those traits of truth-seeking, justice, kindness to the self, and looking for equality in a relationship are switched on for the empath's self-preservation, the narcissist is going to feel wholly out of control. They're going to do a couple of things. They may do a mini discard to try and bring the empath under control, but if the empath is giving way too much trouble, they are going to do what we call the big discard, because it's never the final discard. That's if the empath doesn't get out first. If the empath gets out first, the narcissist really is on their knees. That is totally devastating to a narcissist, that total lack of control. But invariably, the empath does try to make the relationship work, even when they see what's going on. The narcissist, when the empath has gotten all of these traits coming together at the narcissist, and the narcissist feels they're losing control, or it's too much damn bother, or they have another juicy supply in the offing, will discard at this stage. They'll also try and crush the empath at this stage, because although the empath has effectively discarded the narcissist by standing up to them, the narcissist has to turn around and be the first to pack the suitcase and run out the door, claiming, I did it, I left, I did the discard, I'm in control. I left because you were really bad, I left because this person has problems. Again, you know the score, guys. The narcissist has to claim and stay in control, even though it was the empath that stood up to them. So, Paul, you say, well, how is that crushing the narcissist? How is that bringing the narcissist to their knees? This is when the fight starts. This is when this type of empath harnesses their narcissistic traits, which are really silent, and the narcissist does not know of their existence, because an empathic person has the narcissistic traits of survival very low down on the scale, and therefore they come up as an empath when you're looking at the personality spectrum, where you have narcissistic, psychopath, then in the middle normal, then empath, and then super empathic. However, the narcissistic traits are there for survival, and the narcissistic traits of the empath may be pride in oneself, in achieving success, in making sure the truth gets out there, in a sense of justice and that something very wrong has happened. They may go seeking education, and I'm guessing a lot of you have done this, seeking education on what a bizarre relationship they were in. They may be facing the narcissist's pathetic attempt at trying to convince people that they were actually the one that left, and that the person they left was at fault, you were at fault. They may be smearing your name, going off to something better, etc., etc. And this is on a very pathetic, very unconscious, unawakened level that the narcissist operates on their little rat wheel. They go round and round and do the same thing all the time, just with different people. They put a different person on the rat wheel with them and go round and round, very boring, there's no growth, and they're very predictable. However, if you are dealing with one, at the time of the breakup, I would say that that's probably the worst time that you can go through, one of the worst things in your life, for so many reasons I won't get into here. So how do you crush the narcissist? How do you bring the narcissist to their knees? You use all your empathic traits, this type of empath does, and they use their narcissistic traits to ignore this creature that has treated them so inhumanly and cruelly, and totally ignore this person. And use the strength that you will find at this time in your life to build into yourself, instead of seeking out another to give your energy to. At this time, you realize how vital it is to work on your life and yourself, to rebuild yourself as you want to be. And because you're so exposed and out there, and your feelings are so strong and so raw, it is a time of cleansing. It is a time when you can go out and live the life that you were meant to live. And the strength that you will gain from surviving this type of emotional abuse, maybe physical abuse, maybe mental abuse and spiritual abuse, you will come out the stronger, and you will go on to succeed at what you do. You'll go on to have good relationships in the future, but you will mostly succeed in your life purpose, because that's how you survive this type of abuse. Now those two things, the ignoring of the narcissist's false reality and fake persona, the ignoring of that and then not acknowledging in any way that that narcissist actually exists, and this will come with your no contact regime, that destroys a narcissist. It gives no fuel to the smear campaign, and in actual fact, your success in life going forward makes people scratch their heads when they hear the narcissist smear campaign and say, well, he says she's a failure, she says he's a failure, they have a problem, they have an addiction. That's not kind of what's happening at the moment. In fact, they've gone on to build a really good business for themselves. They've gone on to have a great relationship. They're really happy. And the narcissist, snivelling little petty smear campaign that they're trying to put out there on you as them being the one that left the problem person, just falls apart. They no longer can actually uphold the persona that they were putting around as this great person in your circle. Perhaps they are in a different state, in a different country, perhaps they've no contact with you, whatever. But I'm telling you, they will look. They will know that they mean nothing, therefore they don't exist, because you're not giving them any credibility in, even if you did chase them for a while after the discard. They expect you to do it forever. So you stop, and when you stop, that narcissist doesn't exist in the person or relationship that they had with you. That's a huge narcissistic injury. And they will look to see how you're getting on. Because normally, when they look back at people that they've discarded in relationships, they bolster themselves up by that, believing that that person is still interested in them. And I've actually heard this. I have heard this said by a narcissist, that they will never get over me. That those exes will never find my like again, and that I will always be their one true love. That is what a narcissist believes. So if that narcissist, when they come back in for a bit of retrospective juicy fuel and look at you and see what you're doing, and they see you either in another relationship or having a great life, they cannot no longer look. That is too much reality in their face. It's like a punch in the face for them. This is when the narcissist is brought to their knees by a certain type of empath.